The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the First United Bank Center on the campus of West Texas A&M University. It's the Sweet 16 of the NCAA Men's Division II Basketball Championship, the regional finals. And we are at the South Central region, where tonight top-seeded West Texas A&M is making its second Sweet 16 appearance in 3 years and advanced to this round with wins over Lone Star Conference members Texas A&M Kingsville and Angelo State. The Buffaloes have won 13 in a row, 19 of its last 20 games, and feature 3 first-team All-LSC honorees, including LSC Player of the Year Julius Brown, Larry Wise, and Newcomer of the Year Damian Thornton. Black Hills State is in the regional finals for the second consecutive season, having advanced to the Final Four of the Elite Eight last season. Head coach Ryan Thompson has taken the program to its second consecutive NCAA tournament appearance, their first being last year. Forward Joel Scott is a two-time RMAC Player of the Year and the school's all-time leading scorer, but he has a solid surrounding cast. Joining me now, my broadcast partner, Lucas Kinsey. And Lucas, our regional finals this year is a rematch of last year's regional semifinals.
Yeah, you know, the Buffaloes saw this team, Black Hills State, a year ago, 91-77. It was a win for Black Hills State over at Lubbock Christian. So if you're Tom Brown, you'd say, hey, would we like to have a chance at these guys? Absolutely. Now, for Black Hills State, they've reloaded. They've got a great team, but so do the Buffaloes. Let's look at the tournament bracket. We'll show you how these two teams got here. As for West Texas A&M, they had opening round victory over Texas A&M Kingsville, and then they knocked off Angelo State. That one was a defensive battle, 69-59. On the other side, Black Hills State defeated Colorado School of Mines. They were down by 2 at halftime in that game and then stormed back in the second half. Black Hills State looked every bit of a regional champion in their win over Fort Lewis College, 81-66. So that's how we get to this point here tonight in this regional championship. If you look at the Buffaloes, Kent, Rylan Holt, what a tournament he is having, both with his defense, his hustle and his intensity, but his shooting and his offense as well.
Well, with the Buffaloes, you never know who's going to step up from night to night. Ryland Holt had his moment in the spotlight Sunday against Angelo State, knocking down 23 points, hitting 5 of 8 three-pointers, grabbing 7 rebounds, 3 steals. He also had 2 block shots. You look at Black Hills State, you got to start with Joel Scott.
A man among men, right?
2-time Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Player of the Year, the South Central Region Player of the Year. Joel Scott, a senior forward, stands 6'6", averaging 22.5 points, 9.5 rebounds a game. Sunday night against Fort Lewis, the 2 seed, 23 points, 19 rebounds. How about 4 steals and 2 blocks? But it's not just Joel Scott for the Yellow Jackets. Matthew Ragsdale averages 13.5 points. He's hit 79 of 186 three-pointers. That's 42%. On the defensive side, guard Sindhu Cisse held the nation's leading scorer at Quell Cott to just 4 of 10 shooting and 14 points Sunday night in the Yellow Jackets win over Fort Lewis.
Look at head coach Ryan Thompson in his 5th season, already 53 wins over the last 2 seasons, over 100 wins in his career there at Black Hills State. Again, making back-to-back trips to the Sweet 16. He would love to make another trip to the Elite Eight. His team last year made it all the way to the Final Four. And again, in that win last year over West Texas A&M in the regional tournament, 61% shooting for Black Hills State. They scored 50 points in the paint against the Buffaloes. Joel Scott went for 20 points and 14 rebounds. WT only trailed in that game by 7 at halftime. Now, some familiar faces for WT this year that played in that game last season. Julius Brown, Larry Wise, and Zach Toussaint, all 3 of those players scored 16 or more points, and they're going to need every bit of that firepower tonight. There's a look at Zach and Julius, who have been playing very well down the stretch for the Buffaloes also.
As you look at numbers on paper, Lucas, what is incredible to me about Black Hill State is for the season, they are shooting 50% from the field. They are very efficient when they have the basketball.
They are, and much of the attention goes to Joel Scott, but they've got a lot of other players that can really do damage offensively. You talked about Sindhu Cisse. He's known more for his defense, but he can score. And then P.J. Hayes, he may be shooting the best out of anybody in this tournament. The junior from Waconia, Minnesota, averages 11 points on the season, but he can go off for 15 to 20 any night.
We mentioned the Buffaloes. You've got Damian Thornton. In their 9th season, we'll go back. Damian Thornton, he can hit double figures,
yes,
but when he's not scoring, he's grabbing rebounds. Addison Wallace is the same way. His 11 rebounds the other night against Angelo State was key. You've talked about Julius Brown, his offense, his defense. The Buffs, they're like the five-headed monster, and we're going to see that fifth component tonight as Zach Toussaint returns to the starting lineup.
I think that it's a game of pace. If WT can get up and down the floor, shoot the threes, play Tom Brown style, as we look at head coach Tom Brown and what he has done at West Texas A&M, this is incredible. If the Buffs win tonight, Kent, this will be the 4th Elite Eight trip for Tom Brown, Chris Gove, and that staff. Some teams dream of making it to the Elite Eight and work years and years.
Yeah.
The Buffaloes have been in a really nice spot with Tom Brown at the helm for 9 seasons.
The Buffaloes may be in Texas. Texas may be a football state, but Tom Brown and the West Texas A&M Buffaloes are definitely a basketball school as well.
We go back, Kent, we look at these keys just one more time. We kind of talk about this, the pace. Black Hill State, they want to play at a lower, even though they can score, and they scored 91 points last year. Let's look at that series history real quick between the two teams. But I think that, again, much of this is, can the Buffs run up and down the floor? Can they make Black Hill State run up and down the floor? Can they find a way to maybe get Joel Scott in some foul trouble? But this is only the second meeting all time between the two teams.
The Buffs defeated Angelo State Sunday night playing Angelo State's style of basketball. They're not going to beat Black Hill State tonight playing Black Hills style of basketball. They've got to get Black Hills playing West Texas A&M.
We've got a little hype video for you now coming up. West Texas A&M, Black Hill State. The winner moves on to the Elite Eight.
Starting lineup for tonight's game. First, the designated visitors, the 6-seeded Yellow Jackets of Black Hill State. In their 5th season under head coach Ryan Thompson, they'll start at one guard, Kalen Hearn, a 6'4" sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma. 5.5 points, 1.9 rebounds. He has 9 double-figure scoring games this year. The second guard, Sindhu Cisse, 6'3" graduate from Harlem, New York, 8.2 points, 4.2 rebounds. The third guard, Matthew Ragsdale, a 6'4" senior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, averaging 13.5 points, 2.6 rebounds. The forward, P.J. Hayes, a 6'6" junior from Waconia, Minnesota. Hayes has 3 20-plus scoring outings this year, averaging 10.9 points, 4.9 rebounds. And the post, Joel Scott, 6'7" senior from Monument, Colorado. Scott averages 22.7 points, 9.5 rebounds, and as Lucas mentioned earlier, 23 points, 19 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks Sunday night against Fort Lewis College. For the Buffaloes, 27-6 overall in their 9th season under head coach Tom Brown. It's the 5-guard lineup. At the point, Julius Brown, 5'10" senior from Westerville, Ohio. He had 21 points, 5 assists Sunday night against Angelo State. For the year, he's averaging 16.8, 2.9 rebounds, 3.6 assists. The second guard, Damian Thornton, 13.6 points, 5.6 rebounds. The third guard, the 3-point specialist, Zach Toussaint. He's the LSC 6th man recipient this year. 5'11" junior from Johnsburg, Illinois. Toussaint averages 11.7 points, 1.7 rebounds. The fourth guard, Addison Wallace, 6'3" sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Wallace averages 7.1 points, 4.3 rebounds. He grabbed 11 rebounds against Angelo State in the regional semifinals. And rounding out the starting 5, Larry Wise, a 6'4" sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas. 14.5 points, 4 rebounds a game. Our officiating crew, Ryan Snyder's the referee, Shane Thurston and Nate Melson, the umpires, and Lucas Kinsey. Sweet 16, the winner advances to Evansville, Indiana, and the NCAA Division II Elite 8. The Buffaloes played much of the second half Sunday night without Larry Wise. He went down in a tumble. They x-rayed the wrist. The x-rays were negative. He says he's good to go.
You know, before I left the building Sunday night, saw Larry Wise, said, Larry, you had a hard fall. You're going to be okay. And he just gave me a little smile, a little wink, and he said, I'll be fine. I'll be ready to play.
Told me exactly the same.
Larry the Hooper. That's why they call him that, Kent.
The Yellow Jackets in their bright yellow with Black Hills in script and the numeral in green across the chest. The Buffs in the white Under Armour with the maroon across the shoulder.
Kent,
West Texas and the numerals in maroon.
Referees tonight, Ryan Schneider, Shane Thurston, and Nate Melson.
It's going to be Joel Scott against Damian Thornton. Ryan Snyder steps into the center circle, and we are underway from the First United Bank Center in Canyon, Texas. Black Hills State with first possession. Here's Hearn on the wing. Up top to Ragsdale. Addison Wallace guarding Scott down low. Scott turns around with the hook.
Yeah, and one-on-one, it is going to be hardly impossible to contain Scott inside. So the Buffs will see how that changes as the game goes on. Double team, most likely.
Brown, baseline. On the wing to Thornton. Thornton sees a gap, tries to feed Wallace. Addison corrals the ball and dribbles out on the wing. Shot clock at 7. Wallace in the paint. Stop, pull up, air ball.
That's a good take, though, by Addison. Just got to finish there.
Here's Hearn.
Oh,
underneath to Cisse, the reverse off the glass. They beat the Buffs down court.
They did, and it was a beautiful pass from Hearn as he found the cutting Cisse. Now it's interesting to see how Black Hills State is going to guard the Buffs. They're going to put Cisse on Julius Brown.
And Scott is on Larry Wise. Here's Brown in the corner. Stops, turns, kicks out on the wing to Thornton. Damian drives, pulls up. Roll won't go. 2
drives, 2 misses, but they got to keep doing that because if Joel Scott is guarding Larry Wise, he's standing on the three-point line and he can't block the shots.
Cisse kicks outside to Scott on the wing. To Hearn outside. Hearn back to Scott up top. Left side to Ragsdale. Trying to get by Toussaint. Good defense by Zach. Ragsdale puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound. Kicks it outside. Hayes for 3, and the Yellow Jackets take a quick 7-0 lead.
Well, it's a great start. Just a 30-second timeout, so we keep it here. Incredible start for Black Hills State. And again, in pregame, Kent, we said this. Last year, 50 points in the paint. You start driving inside and doing things like that. What does it open up? Everybody sucked inside and wide open as P.J. Hayes for the 3. And that is what makes this team so hard to defend. You want to shut down the inside game? Well, P.J. Hayes can knock down threes. The Buffaloes are going to have to be very crafty on how they defend this Yellow Jackets team.
And the Buffs are going to have to eliminate second chance opportunities for Black Hills State. We saw 3 points coming from a miss right there. Buffs are going to have to make it one and done.
Well, the other thing, too, is offensively, Kent, WT, they're going to have to make their shots, whether it's in the paint or the three-point shot. We see quickly a substitution here, Ryland Holt.
Nice crowd still coming in tonight at the First United Bank Center. Wise, three, got it. Buffs are on the board. The wrist is fine. It's a 4-point Yellow Jacket lead at 7-3. Hayes stolen away by Thornton. Fast break bucket for the Buffs. Slammed home by Thornton.
Well, whatever was said in the timeout, it was pretty good. A 5-0 run.
If I'm Tom Brown, I say go get them, boys. Byrne kicks it outside to Cisse. Cisse guarded by Brown. To Scott. Ryland Holt in the lineup, replacing Addison Wallace. He draws the Joel Scott assignment. There they try to feed it inside. Nice defense. Ryland Holt and Zach Toussaint teaming up on that.
Well, you're going to see a lot of ball screens. Here's this last play with Damien.
No ball screen here.
Yeah, just punches that one in. But they're going to set lots of ball screens in the half court. Black Hill State is. The Buffs cannot switch those ball screens. You can't have Zach Toussaint get switched up on Joel Scott.
Here's Wise. He'll take a number 3. Can't get that one to fall. Buffs were heading up court to play defense. Cisse guarded by Brown. Numbers 4 on 4. Outside to Ragsdale. Gets around Wise, drives in, puts it off the glass. No, Holt with the rebound.
You know, the other night, Ryland had that big game in the not newspaper anymore, it's not a newspaper, but the online story said Holt with a jolt.
Step back. Brown, and we are tied as Juju gets his first bucket of the night. And Lucas Kinsey, I'm sensing and hearing an energy in this building tonight.
There is, and there should be, because these are two outstanding teams. Only one of them is going to make the trip to Evansville, Indiana next week.
Buffs ranked 13th in the NABC poll, and there Joel Scott called for a screen. Zach Toussaint took the charge.
Yeah, when you're playing a player that is as strong and as athletic as Joel Scott is, you can't match that physicality. But what you can do is play smart, and that's what the Buffs did there.
Tied at 7, 16-18 to play first half. Buffs 3 of 6 from the field. Black Hill State 3 of 5. Brown tried to pass out to Wise. Ball was tipped. Julius got it back. Thornton on the left wing. Drives baseline off the glass. He'll go to the line.
Damien with a good start here, Kent. And this is one thing that I was thinking about with these matchups. As good as Black Hill State is in the half court defensively, how are they going to match up? How are they going to guard all of WT's slashing players like Julius Brown, Damian Thornton, Larry Wise? And so far, Damien has been the player to get himself going a little bit.
When the Buffs have the basketball, Black Hill State, with Joel Scott inside, does not have a person to guard the perimeter. When the Yellow Jackets have the basketball, the Buffs are going to have to be crafty, possibly double team Scott down low. Thornton knocks down the first, gives West Texas its first lead of the evening. Just underway, nearly 4 minutes into this contest, and Thornton makes them both. 9-7 West Texas with its first lead of the evening. Cisse brings Black Hills up court. Hayes on the wing, guarded by Ahmed Muhammad. Goes to Hearn, fights, or excuse me, that's Jayton Hackley. Puts up a shot. He'll be fouled to go to the line.
They catch Cameron Bell with a bump, and that happens because Cameron had to hold for a second and almost double-team Joel Scott, then try to get back to his man.
We're at immediate timeout. 15:44 to play first. Buffs lead at 9-7. You're watching the Men's South Central Region Basketball Championship on NCAA.com.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There's an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people and build relationships within a tight-knit community. Give back to the sport you love by creating a fair atmosphere and upholding the integrity of the game. Say yes to officiating. Visit ncaa.org/say yes to officiating for more information on how to get started.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center, site of this South Central Region Championship. Buffs lead 9-7.
Key stat that jumps out early. We've only played 4 minutes, 15 seconds. The Buffs have forced 3 Black Hill State turnovers, 4 points off turnovers. Buffs have yet to turn the ball over.
Well, and Black Hill State can't really takes care of the ball. They're very solid with their passing. That's going to be another turnover. That went off of Ragsdale's foot,
Yes,
off
it
the
did.
inbound.
Pass was low coming inbounds. Ragsdale went down, booted it out of bounds himself. So 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes against the Yellow Jackets. Buffs with a 3-point lead, or a 2-point lead. Thornton dribbles over on the near wing, up top to Holt.
Look how fast that Scott got out there to cover him on the threes.
Brown, shot clock at 8, to Muhammad on the wing. Ahmed to Julius, shot clock at 4. Brown wants to make something happen. Step back, almost had it. Holt with the tap, won't go. Gets his rebound. The putback won't go. Big defensive board by P.J. Hayes.
Good hustle for Ryland, and had 2 of those layups not go down.
Cisse. Hand off to Ragsdale. Up top to Hackley. Hayes backs in on Brown. Up top to Cisse. Shot clock at 10. Cisse falls down. Muhammad comes up with the basketball.
They had a 5-on-4, but
Ryland Holt up top. He was hot Sunday. He keeps it going tonight.
we may have to ask him, like, has there been a lucky pair of socks, underwear, I don't know, Kent, something for Ryland Holt the last 4 days? He has been incredible.
Here's a long 3 by P.J.
Wow.
Hayes, trails it down.
You could say the same thing for P.J. Hayes.
That's his second 3. 12-10 West Texas.
Some big-time shots from both these teams.
Ryland thought about it, got hit in the face as he passed the basketball. We're going to have a reset and an official's timeout. The officials will go to the monitor to see
Yikes.
exactly what happened.
Here you go, Kent.
Hackley gets out there.
Just the hand comes
hand
through,
up as he
swipes the
fled.
ball, and
I
again,
don't think you're going to call it flagrant.
No,
But there was no foul call.
good job on the replay. These are these plays, Kent, that, I mean, you and I are from different decades of basketball, but we both would say old school, okay, compared to today. And for you and I, these are the plays that you never would have thought about, any kind of a review. It was just, play on, hopefully the player's okay. But nowadays there is a review on this stuff, and
unless they deem it intentional and flagrant, there will not be a foul called, because one was not called initially. It will just be the Buffaloes basketball out of bounds.
And initially I saw nothing that was flagrant at all. It was a player for Black Hill State just simply trying to swipe at the basketball.
12-10, WT leading early. We've played nearly 6 minutes of basketball here. The Buffs 4 of 10 from the floor. The Yellow Jackets 4 of 6. Both teams have 2 3-pointers. The Buffs have been to the line twice. They've made them both. But West Texas has forced 5 Black Hill State's turnovers, converted them to 7 points. Rebounds, Black Hills out-rebounding the Buffaloes 5-3.
Kent, we've had the luxury of having, as we've said throughout the tournament, up top with us, official observer for the NCAA, Paul Lautzenheiser. And he has been, scoring, judging the officials throughout the tournament. Tonight, the 3 officials that are doing this game, along with the alternate for the game, who was Ryan Huber, all had great tournaments and worked hard to get to referee this championship game.
Buffs basketball on the side, 14:04 to play. Larry Wise returns to the lineup, replacing Damian Thornton. Larry will inbound the basketball. Black Hills State in their man-to-man defense. Here's Campbell up top. right wing to Wise. Larry dribbles over, gives it to Brown with 8 on the shot clock. Julius to Bell. He'll put up a 3. No good. Rebound comes down to the Yellow Jackets, Ragsdale.
Yeah, that was a possession where the ball never got inside the paint, and Joel Scott was sitting in the middle that time.
Jayton Hackley, 6-foot freshman from Colorado Springs, gives it to Cisse. Down low to Scott on the block, guarded by Holt. Scott backs in on Ryland, turns around, and is fouled.
Yeah, when that double team comes, you just see how the muscle, and Ryland's a strong kid, Kent. We know he is. But Joel Scott takes 3 dribbles and is right under the rim. You give it to him, it's old school.
I mean, look at those hips. Just backs right in there, had the low stance the entire way. From the line, Scott, 70% on the year, knocks down the first.
Well, this is completely in for men's basketball. I can say this, Kent, and Joel Scott probably would say, thank you, sir, very much. Shakira used to sing, "The hips don't lie." Joel Scott has strong legs, and that's what got him under the bucket there. It's 12-11. One more free throw for Scott.
And we're tied. 12-12. 13:26 to play in the first. Substitution for the Yellow Jackets, Huku Fisher, 6'4" junior, Wilmington, North Carolina, replacing Sindhu Cisse. Julius Brown with the basketball. Top of the key, left side to Wise. Scott drawn out to cover Larry. Larry's going to pull up and take the 3. It's too strong.
Yeah. Oh.
Addison Wallace batted the ball back to Muhammad, and the Buffs get an offensive rebound. I thought Huku Fisher was going to get that rebound.
And I think they're questioning the shot clock reset.
Should be a 20.
Okay, and it went to 30, so they're going to have to go back and change that. That was a good hustle by the Buffs to get the extra possession. You know, that last shot that Larry took, that's one, if you're Joel Scott, you're fine with him taking that. It's contested, and he's falling away. That's a very difficult shot, even for as good of a shooter as Larry is, for him to knock down. So they're taking their time here to go back and make sure they get the clock adjusted correctly. And Scott's going to come to the bench.
So what they said was the shot clock did not start on the possession. It was a 30, because they're saying that Black Hills had possession before Addison Wallace knocked the ball away. That was a quick possession.
Yeah. Into the game is Riker Ciceric.
He can shoot the 3.
He can. Last year against the Buffs had 7 points, 8 rebounds in that 91-77 second round win.
Thornton back on the floor for Campbell. Wanted to shoot, shot clock at 8. Here's Brown, step back from 16, short.
Yeah, again, contested, fading away.
Ciceric with the rebound, brings the ball up court. Here's Huku Fisher to Ragsdale. Hackley, guarded by Brown, wants to drive, spins on Brown, puts up a shot, knocks him down.
Wow.
He worked for that one.
That's a big-time score, Kent, for a true freshman. Jayton Hackley going right at Julius Brown.
And the Yellow Jackets retake the lead at 14-12. Thornton on the wing. Pulls up from 15, knocks it down.
That stopped a 7-0 run that the Yellow Jackets were on.
Ciceric hands it to Fisher. Oh, nice give and go. Driving in, missing the layup. Jayton Hackley, rebound. Comes down to Hackley, and he's going to be tied up by Larry Wise.
Ooh. Larry tried to grab the strong rebound. Tom Brown felt like there was not a jump ball. He felt like there was a bear hug from behind, but that possession arrow, here's our replay. We'll go back and watch this real quick. It's a great drive again from Hackley, who's having a solid start. Ball just pops off, and there's Larry. Pretty good hustle.
That takes us to a timeout. 11:36 to play first half. We're tied at 14. You're watching the NCAA Men's South Central Region Championship on NCAA.com.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills. more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Back to the First United Bank Center, the South Central Region Championship game. It's a close one. We're tied up 14-14, 11:30 to play. First half, WT with the basketball.
Wise on the wing, guarded by Hackley. Backs in, spins, puts it up off the glass and in.
And that's what we were just talking about during the timeout. Kent, WT had a hard time dribbling that ball far enough into the paint to get close to scoring. That time Larry Wise did it. Black Hills State shooting 63% from the field so far.
Hearn, right side to Hackley, off his knee and out of bounds.
Yeah, the Buffs are having some success forcing turnovers with their ball pressure, and they have to have ball pressure because you have to make it tough to throw it into Scott.
You were talking about Black Hills State field goal efficiency. They've only taken 2 shots outside the arc. Buffs have taken 5. Here's Brown to Wise. Started the drive. Gets in. Off-balance pass to Brown. 3, short. Rebound is a long one. Haku Fisher comes up with it for the Yellow Jackets. Dribbles down court, gets around Thornton. Puts one off the glass. No. A tap by Scott. No. Thornton with the defensive board. Here come the Buffaloes. Wise open on the wing. Goes up top to Thornton. Pump fake. Got Hearn in the air from 17, no good. Rebound, Cicero.
Again, I'd like to see Damien be a little more aggressive there. That's good defense by Black Hills State. They're going to keep defending contested jump shots.
Cisse drives, no, but there for the follow. Cicero with the dunk. Another offensive rebound.
Yeah, Cicero.
Second chance points.
He is an energy man. Crashes the boards. Big time dunk there for Black Hills State.
Junior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Here's Wise, goes baseline, puts it up, shot blocked. Controlled by Hearn. To Cisse in the corner to Fisher. Back out top to Cisse. Cisse guarded by Brown. Stops underneath to Scott, muscles it up and one.
Yeah, and he just got the ball too deep inside there, and the Buffs don't have a player that can guard him one-on-one. Tom Brown is upset, feels like his team didn't get a similar call, but this is a good job by Cisse. Patient, wait, let Joel Scott get position, and Larry Wise is the guilty party there.
Wise called for his first, the Buffs third as a team. Scott to the line for the bonus. Got it. 7 points for Joel Scott. The Yellow Jackets take a 3-point lead at 19-16. Earlier, they got off to a hot start, going out 7-0, but the Buffs responded with a run, and it's been back and forth ever since. Here's Brown. Left wing to Thornton. Brock Mashak in the lineup for the Buffs. Thornton drives. It's going to be fouled. If they got Scott, this is his second.
Then they didn't call it on Scott.
This is going to go against Kalen Hearn.
And Tom Brown is, again, going to be frustrated because he knows if that's on Scott, it's his second foul. Here's the replay. Strong drive by Damien. And I think from behind is where they're saying the foul is committed there for Black Hills State by number 20, Kalen Hearn.
Damian Thornton at the line, knocks down the first. Damian has hit 148 of 213 free throws, a 70%er on the year. But of the Buffs, he has gone to the line the most frequent.
Well, and Kent, that drive right there by Damian, that is how strong you have to go against these Yellow Jackets, because otherwise it's getting rejected.
Buffs cut the Yellow Jackets lead to 1, 19-18, 9-15 to play in the first. Cisse outside, guarded by Ahmed Muhammad. Oh, they get it down low to Cicerik, who got around Brock Mishak for the easy lay-in.
And that's what you're going to get. Cicerik right now, that's a mismatch with his size against the freshman, Brock Mishak.
Cicerik 6'9", Mishak at 6'3". Thornton wanted to go baseline. Rylan Holt was running interference and cut him off. Thornton in the paint to Muhammad in the corner for 3, short. Scott with the rebound. Cisse brings the Yellow Jackets up court, leading by 3. Cisse slips down, keeps his dribble going. Toussaint almost with the steal, but almost didn't get it done. Ragsdale goes baseline on the block, spins, puts it up, and is called for the charge.
I think he got a hook call there on that baseline. Yep, exactly what it was. Used the off arm, and the official saw it there on the baseline, so it's a foul against Ragsdale. Buffs will get substitutions as Larry Wise checks back in along with Julius Brown. Buffs don't have a field goal, Kent, in over 3 minutes.
Here's Thornton. A lot of the Buffs offense has been around the perimeter up top. And that's because of the defense Black Hills State employs. Shot clock at 8. Here comes Brown. Drives in. Can't get the roll. Muhammad with the follow.
Yeah, that's a great offensive rebound. Muhammad just comes in. Nobody blocks him out. And Julius short on the layup. Muhammad says, I got you, buddy.
Ahmed makes it a 1-point game at 21-20, Black Hills State. Cisse in the corner had an opening, but decided against it. Lobs inside to Scott. Scott couldn't get the ball. Wise could and gives it to Thornton. Damian drives, spins, pulls up, and pops.
Kent, I think it's Dame time. Oh, man.
8 points for Thornton. Buffs retake the lead, 22-21. Approaching the 7-minute mark of the first.
And Damian already with 10 points.
Here's Hearn outside to Cicerik. And we're going to have a foul on the floor, and I believe they got number 11 for the Buffaloes. They did.
Yep.
For Thornton. That will be his first.
This is a strong drive by Cicerik.
Team's fourth. That's going to take us to a timeout. 7 minutes exactly to play in the first. Buffs lead at 22-21. You're watching the NCAA Men's South Central Region Championship on NCAA.com.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
To help me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
West Texas A&M right now leading by 1 point over Black Hills State in the number 1 versus number 6 matchup here in the South Central region. It's incredible to think about Black Hills State Kent being a 6 seed. I mean, this team, they made the Final Four last year. Obviously, a very tough conference, the RMAC, but on the eye test, I'd say this team is pretty solid.
Well, they led the RMAC and they led the South Central region up until the final 2 weeks of the season when Fort Lewis kind of upended things. Here's Scott, backs in on Holt. Hook, short. Thornton with the rebound. Damian in the paint, off the rim, gets the roll.
Strong take again. Damian transferred to West Texas A&M, wanted to play in this game, a championship game, and he's showing out tonight.
Hackley in the paint. Cisse, right wing, outside to Hayes. Hayes guarded by Wise. Shot clock at 10. Ragsdale. Wise switches over on Ragsdale. Now they get it to Scott. Holt reaches in, and they're going to...
With 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, Tom Brown doesn't like that one.
The Buffs were trying to work hard there, and with 3 seconds on the
let
shot
them
clock.
play, and then a touch foul is rung up. For Ryland, that's his second. 5th team foul against the Buffaloes.
So Holt has to come out.
Ahmed Muhammad returns to the floor.
And now Jesse Aweezy.
As does Jesse Aweezy, putting the Buffs version of Bull.
It's the biggest guy they've got to try to guard Joel Scott.
Jesse this year averaging 2.5 points. Shot clock at 8.
They missed that call. That ball was tipped from Julius. It went off of Julius's hand.
Damian Thornton said that ball was tipped.
Off of Sindhu Cisse. That ball should be going to West Texas A&M, and they're not going to review it. It happened bang, bang.
4 on the shot clock. Cisse doesn't know how much time's left. Forces one up. Errant, and it's a shot clock violation.
Again, that's one that just happened so fast, so hard to tell, but Buffs get it back. Back to Jesse Aweezy, Kent. Hasn't played a lot of minutes this year for the Buffaloes, but
averaging just 8.5 minutes a game.
We've seen flashes from him. He can do some good things, and right now he's got to come in and play some big defense over the last 5:35.
Buffs up 24-21, 5:30 to play. Brown pull up from 16, no good. Buffs leaving quite a few of their misses short tonight. Cisse to Scott. Scott on the wing. Drives in on Aweezy, and there's the foul on the Buffs #1. His first. Team foul number 6 against West Texas. Buffs are going to have to figure out a way to deny Scott the basketball.
Yep. That could be difficult.
Inbound comes to Hackley. Toussaint on the defense. Hackley right side. Hayes, 3,
wow.
Drained it. How about 3 for 3 for P.J. Hayes?
And the Buffs made a mistake defensively on the ball screen. That led to a 3 for Hayes.
Thornton pull up, 12, yes!
You talk about carrying a team. Damian has 14 of the Buffs' 26 points right now.
Scott picks up his dribble, comes up top to Hackley, back to Scott for 3. That's not fair.
When he can do that, and Jesse's kind of looking to the bench like, Coach, I thought you told me I had to stop him down here in the paint.
Thornton has 14 for the Buffaloes. Scott has 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Damian thought about the 3, feeds Aweezy on the block. Jesse turns, spins, goes underneath, no, gets his own rebound. The follow block, Jesse gets it again. The Buffs have another chance. Brown drives in, feeds Aweezy, yes, and 1! They called the charge. That's what you need Jesse Aweezy to do, though. Be aggressive on the offensive end.
He was trying. There's a lot of contact
that
there.
Hustle for the rebound there, incredible.
And then, all right, the jacket's off
again, guys.
For Tom Brown.
Let's figure out what contact we're calling and do it.
Still a 1-point game.
Lob inside. Addison Wallace got a hand on it, knocked it off of Joel Scott.
And that time it took 2 different players, one in front and one behind, defending, as we've got a timeout and everybody's going to try to calm down a little bit. Tempers flaring.
3:54 to play in the first. Buffaloes lead at trail 26-27. You're watching the NCAA Men's South Central Region on NCAA.com.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
March Madness here at the First United Bank Center, Black Hills State and West Texas A&M. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. Glad to have you joining us. Kent, the Buffaloes defense, Addison Wallace and company getting a stop on that trip before, and it has been hard to do. Joel Scott, 10 points, 4 rebounds here in the first half.
And that was the first time we've seen the Buffs employ a double team on Scott with one player fronting and one player behind him. Buffs basketball trailing by 1. Brown wants to drive, but Black Hills cuts it off, puts up an air ball.
And I know that the WT has had some possessions where they've tried to go in the paint. There's been some contact. They felt like they haven't gotten calls, but you can't stop. You have to continue to drive the ball to try to soften up the defense to open up those three-point shots.
Exactly. Buffs shooting 34% from the floor. Black Hills 56. But it's a one-point ball game. Here's a drive by Hayes, gets underneath and puts it off the glass.
Yep, and Damian had to kind of hang back, didn't want to pick up what would have been a second foul, but just efficient offense by Black Hills State. Every trip they are finding what works best. If they have a mismatch, they're going there.
Buffs have taken 10 more field goals than what Black Hills has, and now make it 11 as Juju drives the lane for the lay-in.
He was just 1 of 7 before that basket.
That was a high percentage shot. Here's Hayes to Ragsdale. 3, no good. Scott gets the offensive board. Goes underneath to Hackley with a nice reverse.
Well, and as much as we talk about Scott and his offensive ability, his passing is sensational.
He has the complete game. Brown on the wing. Up top to Wise. Larry goes in on Scott. Pump fake, turn around, leaves it short.
Yep. It's just, you're just having a hard time getting in there, and as he turns, he's just a shot was short with exhaustion, and Larry just fell down.
Puts Larry Wise down, fakes him out of his shoe, misses the shot. Thornton with the rebound. Larry tosses the shoe aside and says, I'll play with one shoe. Can't drive with the right foot. Gets the ball to Brown. Guarded by Hackley. Here's Thornton. Cissay's on him. In the corner, Wise, one shoe, and drains the 3.
Add to the legend of Larry the Hooper. I don't even need 2 shoes, baby.
What do you know? 1:34 to play. We are tied at 31. Look at this. Drive in. The defense collapses. Kick it outside. Where's my shoe, guys? Let's take the timeout. You're watching NCAA South Central Men's Region Championship on NCAA.com.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There is an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people.
Well, there's a look at Larry Wise. They did get that second shoe back on, Kent. So big shot from Larry, who has 8 points We're tied up. What a first half.
And a steal by Toussaint on the inbound. That is the 11th turnover committed by Black Hills State. That's really kept the Buffaloes in the ball game. Here's Brown, drives the paint, gets the block underneath, shot blocked by Cisse, and he steps out of bounds on the rebound. But nice defensive effort there by Sindhu Cisse.
You know, the other night, Tom Brown, in his post-game press conference after the win over Angelo State, was asked about Black Hills State, and he talked a lot about this defender right here, Sindhu Cisse. He said he's one of the best in the nation.
The job he did on a Quell Cott in the semifinals was incredible. Wise floats. He'll go to the line. Lucas, the Buffaloes have forced 11 Black Hills State turnovers, converted 11 points off those turnovers. Buffs 1 turnover, no points for Black Hills.
Second foul on Sindhu Cisse right there with Larry's strong drive.
5th team foul against the Yellow Jackets. Wise at the line, misses the first. He has been about as good as you can get from the line. Prior to that shot, 100 of 109 for 92%. Makes the second. He has 9. Toussaint to the bench. Bell returns to the lineup for the Buffaloes. And again, the sophomore Awize guarding Joel Scott. Way outside, hounding Scott. Here's Hackley, gets it to Cisse. Inside of a minute to play, first half. Buffs by 1. Hayes. Wise with the defense. Hayes tries to go baseline. Stops, fade away. Can't get it. Scott with the offensive rebound. Shot blocked by Awize, and they're going to call a foul. Nate Melson comes in from behind and says that Awize got body.
That was about to be an incredible shot from P.J. Hayes. He was backing down Larry and took a fadeaway right there. He just grabbed it. Grabbed that rebound strong, and now Scott at the free throw line where he is a perfect 3 for 3 in this first half. Make it 4 for 4.
Yep. 11 points for Joel Scott. Awize and Bell to the bench. Wallace.
I think some valuable minutes there from Jesse Awize, Kent.
Absolutely.
Because Holt went out with 2 fouls, and it was, who else is going to guard Joel Scott inside? So they went to Jesse Awize. Chance for Black Hills State to regain the lead if Joel Scott can stay perfect at the line.
He's been perfect. And he misses. Toussaint with the defensive rebound. We're tied at 32, 35 seconds to play. Brown pulls up, no good.
It's a quick shot.
Hackley with the rebound. 2.5 differential between the game and shot clock. Scott to Ragsdale, booted the ball. It's going to be out of bounds. If it wasn't out of bounds, Addison Wallace had a free layup coming.
And, Kent, it's interesting. A lot of the turnovers in this first half have been odd plays like that where
just boot the basketball.
Yeah, but WT is in a passing lane, playing tight ball defense. The ball just kind of squirts loose and pops off of a foot. And so now Julius Brown is going to relace his shoes. I have to go Velcro in the second half, KJ.
We said this was going to be an incredible ball game, and as the seconds tick off at the end of the first half, we are tied 32-32. 7 seconds. Brown drives on Hackley, goes baseline, 2 seconds. The jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to the Yellow Jackets and will go to the halftime locker room.
Wow.
Tied at 32 in the NCAA South Central Region Men's Basketball Championship at the First United Bank Center. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our halftime activities. You're watching NCAA Championship Basketball on NCAA.com.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
These are the moments that live on, that we'll talk about for years to come. We come here to see history made, sharing in the wins and the upsets.
Together. Because whether we're players or fans, we're all on the same team.
And to us, this is more than just a game. It's an important moment in our lives. One that's worth protecting.
So if you see something, say something. Report suspicious activity to your local authorities.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
This is your ticket to the NCAA tournament.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you.
Explore the possibilities with more than 125 degrees to choose from and learn from top-ranked academic programs. Black Hills State University is one of the 5% business schools worldwide that is accredited by the AACSB. BH is home to a leading photography program that is in the top 5% nationwide. Experience culture with a study abroad program or meet one of the many international students representing 29 different countries. Black Hills State is affordable and provides the skills and knowledge for students to find a successful career. Be part of Yellow Jacket Nation today and apply.
back to the First United Bank Center, campus of West Texas A&M University in Canyon, Texas. We are at the half, and this is a race that's been going strong for 20 minutes, and we're right back where we started, Lucas Kinsey.
I mean, 32-32, Kent, back and forth action, great performances individually by both sides. You look at Black Hills State and the job that Joel Scott and P.J. Hayes are doing, 11 points for each of those players. And then for WT, it's been Damian Thornton offensively. Larry Wise got going as well at the end of the half. But we'll look at our stats here in just a second and kind of tell you the story in just a few numbers. Black Hills State shooting a much higher percentage than what the Buffs are.
Yeah, 52% from the floor. Don't be surprised. That's basically what they have shot the entire season. They came into this game shooting 50% even from the field for the season.
That'll win you some games.
52%, 12 of 23. The Buffs, 34% at 12 of 35. Black Hills State has knocked down 4 of 7, 57% of their three-pointers. The Buffs, 3 of 8, 37%. Black Hills State's gone to the line 5 times, converted 4 of them. That's 80%. The Buffs, they've gone 5 times, converted 6 for 83%. Black Hills State out rebounding the Buffs 19-14. So, Lucas, you say, how are the Buffs still in this ball game? Turnovers.
Yeah.
They have forced 12 Black Hills State turnovers to just one of their own. They have converted those 12 turnovers into 12 points off turnovers. That has been the ball game for West Texas A&M.
It has, and right now at halftime, 2 different coaches, 2 different scenarios in terms of what's being talked about in the locker room for West Texas A&M. Tom Brown, a lot of probably chalk talk, a lot of different things that Chris Gove, the associate head coach, is talking about in terms of defense. Guys, we can't get switched up on screens. We can't, P.J. Hayes has had some open looks on the outside. And then how do we defend Joel Scott, whether it's a double team coming hard or whether you have a couple of those times where there was a player in front and a player behind, and they were able to tip the ball away from him. On the other side, Kent, if you're Ryan Thompson and Black Hills State, their locker room right now is, hey, guys, if we would just not turn the ball over and take care of it, we may be shooting 70% and we may be up by 10 or more points. So they've got to just calm down offensively, take care of the basketball. And then the other thing is in the second half, Black Hills State, they've done a great job of defending the three-point shot for WT. Zach Toussaint, the baby-faced assassin, Kent, has not even been able to take a shot in the first half.
And he's played 13 and a half minutes. Let's take a look at the individual statistics. First for the Yellow Jackets, Joel Scott, 11 points, 6 rebounds. One of the stats that's kept these days is called fouls drawn. That is how many times you have been fouled. He has been fouled 6 times, and that shows aggressiveness with the basketball. P.J. Hayes has 11 points to go with 3 boards. Sindhu Cisse, 2 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Kalen Hearn, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Matthew Ragsdale, 2 rebounds. Jayton Hackley has 4 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Hoku Fisher has 1 rebound, and Riker Cizerik, 4 points, 3 rebounds. For West Texas A&M, Julius Brown, 4 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Damian Thornton with a game-high 14 points, 3 rebound, 1 assist. He has a steal. Zach Toussaint with 1 rebound and 1 steal. Addison Wallace has 1 rebound. Larry Wise, 9 points, 1 rebound. Ryland Holt, 3 points, 3 rebounds. Cameron Bell played 3.5 minutes but not registered stats. Ahmed Muhammad with 2 points. And Jesse Owizi with 3 rebounds. Lucas, before we take a break, we mentioned 12 turnovers by Black Hills State, only 2 steals for West Texas A&M.
Yeah, it is an odd number when you look at that, Kent. I think that for WT, again, defensively, another thing to look for is inside, Ryland Holt. Got to come out in the second half if you're playing Holt, or if you're playing Larry Wise. Whoever's inside cannot pick up a quick third foul. They need to stay on the floor and hopefully be able to defend Joel Scott as best as you can.
Early in the game, we made the comment, you made the comment, the Buffs were driving, the ball just wasn't falling. Then we suddenly saw Larry Wise, Ryland Holt knock down some threes. It softened up.
Yeah.
Then the Buffs settled for that outside shot. They stopped going inside.
And so offensively, again, it has to start the way that Black Hills State guards. even though it's very intense and it's in your face, you have to fight pressure with pressure. Try to get the ball inside, work inside out if you're WT. We'll see if the Buffs can do that.
We're going to take another timeout. Our score tied 32-32 at the half. You are watching the NCAA Division II Men's South Central Region Championship on NCAA.com.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. We've played 20 minutes, and we're tied at halftime, 32-32. These two teams trying to win a regional championship tonight, move on to the Elite Eight. Kent, there have already been 6 other teams who have punched tickets to Evansville, Indiana. West Liberty wins over Indiana, Pennsylvania tonight. They move on. Also winners, New Haven out of the East region, Missouri St. Louis out of the Midwest. Buffs played them non-conference this year. Cal State Bernardino out of the West region is advancing on. Also 2 familiar programs, Lincoln Memorial. They win the Southeast region by knocking off South Carolina Aiken 89-83. And Nova Southeastern, they're back again. They win in the South region. So just the South Central region and the Central region still to be determined.
Great crowd on hand here in Canyon, Texas tonight. They have seen a great first half. Let's see which team's going to tough it out to the end. Black Hill State with the first possession to start the second half. Gets it to Scott. He gets Addison Wallace on the block, muscles it up and off the glass. Black Hill State goes up 34-32, 30 seconds into the second half of play. Here's Thornton for the Buffs. Wants to drive, does drive, puts it up, strong move to the basket.
All right, so what we saw in the first half, we start to see here at the beginning in the second half.
Here's Hearn, throws it away. Thornton keeps it going to Wallace.
Wow.
Addison's open. Thornton in the corner, pump fake. He'll put up the three. He'll drain the three.
And that whole sequence, Kent, starts with the hustle of Damian Thornton. I don't know if there's another player on the court besides maybe Julius Brown that could have saved that ball.
And another Black Hill State turnover, but not this time. Joel Scott goes behind the back and takes it to the rack.
You notice as he started that drive, the paint completely parted there.
Nobody wanted any part of that. Black Hill State trailing by 1 at 37-36. Here's Tucson, his first shot blocked by Ragsdale.
That's
Scott
the length,
with the rebound.
The 6'4" guard there with the size able to block it away.
Ragsdale, he wants to take it inside on Thornton. Damian ties him up. Ragsdale forces it.
That was odd.
Let's see what this call is.
It's like the 2 players got tied up, and then
Gene Melson looked like he wanted to call the travel. He started to rotate the arm.
Right there, that looked like a shuffle, but then
probably right in there.
But that is a reach
on
Damian at the end there.
For Damian, that's his second. First team foul of the half against the Buffaloes.
And again, that's one thing Black Hill State does so well, Kent. It's not just Joel Scott that will post you up inside. Ragsdale can post. Cisse can get down inside and post. Ciceric off the bench can do the same thing.
Ragsdale makes both free throws. The Yellow Jackets retake the lead, 38-37. Biggest lead for the Yellow Jackets first half was 7. For the Buffs, it was 5. Thornton on the wing to Brown. Cross court to an open Tucson. Puts up a 3. It's off.
He said he needed to get involved, and so he's taking a couple of shots now.
Cisse drives on Wallace. Turnaround, left-handed hook. Nice shot.
It was.
4th point of the ball game for Sindhu Cisse, and the Yellow Jackets go up 3 early in the second. Thornton's pass for Brown deflected by Cisse, out of bounds. Buffs basketball, 19 on the shot clock.
Cisse, such a quick defender, got a hand in there, and that was nearly a steal and a Yellow Jacket going the other way.
Ahmed Muhammad to inbound on the sideline. Across from the Buffs bench, gets it in to Brown. Holt. Reverse now to Thornton. Damian pull up from the elbow with 3 on the shot clock, no good. Scott with the rebound, his 8th.
Look for Scott to go right at Holt.
How about right around Holt?
And draws a 3rd foul. That's
Rhode Island with the touch foul.
Joe Scott shaking his head saying he cannot stay with me.
I was visiting with Joel Scott before the game. The most mild-mannered, polite young man you could hope to meet. I said, what's the plans for the future? He's a senior. He smiled. He said, well, I hope I can still play basketball. I said, I think you can.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of where. Scott with the left-handed hook, short. Holt with the rebound.
That was solid defense by Ryland. Took a couple of bumps there. And
Brown brings it down to Holt. He'll put up a three from outside, rims it out. But there's Thornton saving it back to Muhammad, and we've got a foul. Should be called on Kalen Hearn.
Yeah, he was just going for the loose ball and just made some contact there.
That's going to be Hearn's second. Yellow Jackets first of the half. Buffs basketball with a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Again, got to drive the basket. Drive to the basket if you're WT.
Julius Brown pulls up from 15. Can't get it to go. Julius 2 of 12 tonight. Ragsdale to Scott to Hearn. Left side, Hayes.
Look at the ball movement.
Cisse. Hearn drives in, goes between Brown and Holt.
There were probably 9 or 10 passes made on that possession there, and they're just making WT's defense dizzy.
The Yellow Jackets take a 5-point lead. Inside of 16 to play in the second. Thornton outside, three, got it.
Wow, what a big shot. Black Hills State on a roll.
22 points for Damian Thornton. Makes it a 2-point ball game. Oh, Scott goes right around Holt, who really is helpless to foul right now. 15 for Scott. Thornton outside, guarded by Hearn. Pulls up from 12, short.
Yeah, one possession where one guy's dribbling and ball does
no one else touches the basketball.
Exactly.
Scott backing in on Holt. Holt reaches in, has the ball, had the ball, steals the ball. They're going to say that Scott recovered it laying out of bounds, but give the turnover, the forced turnover, to Ryland Holt.
Well, he had to do that, Kent, because he's being backed down. Just pops the ball loose.
And that's a defender playing with 3 fouls there. Takes us to the timeout. 14:59 to play in the second. Black Hills State leads it 44-40. You're watching the NCAA Division II South Central Region Championship on NCAA.com.
Explore the possibilities with more than 125 degrees to choose from and learn from top-ranked academic programs. Black Hills State University is one of the 5% business schools worldwide that is accredited by the AACSB. BH is home to a leading photography program that is in the top 5% nationwide. Experience culture with a study abroad program or meet one of the many international students representing 29 different countries. Black Hills State is affordable and provides the skills and knowledge for students to find a successful career. Be part of Yellow Jacket Nation today and apply.
A look at head coach Ryan Thompson. The Yellow Jackets trying to advance on to their second straight Elite Eight. They lead West Texas A&M second half 44-40, 14:50 to play.
Juju up top, right side to Wallace. Wallace guarded by Ciceric to Toussaint. Thornton, shot clock down to 10. Damian picks up his dribble, kicks it outside to Wallace. No penetration at all for WT this half. Thornton, long three. If you do that, who needs penetration?
Well, this is going to be, Kent, I'm guessing maybe a 1-minute breather for Joel Scott. And if you're WT offensively, I think you have to take advantage of that.
And get the ball in the paint. Hackley picks up his dribble to Ciceric. Ciceric guarded by Wallace, gives it back to Hackley. Wallace taps the ball away. All over Ciceric. Shot clock at 8. Hayes, right side. Three. Knocked it down.
The quick release.
Wow.
Knew the shot clock was winding down. And a big shot from Hayes.
Big time response by the Yellow Jackets. Brown drives in, gets the layup, it won't fall. He put it off the glass and it rolled off the front of the rim.
Again, just a tough night for Julius. He's 2 of 13 from the field, but you got to keep doing that. It's the right idea.
Cisse pulls back, hook, no. Thornton with the rebound. His 5th. Buffs down by 4. Make it by 1. Another 3 by Thornton. 28 points for Damian. His career high 36 against East Central last year. Here's Hayes. Kicks it outside, up top. Cicerik tries to get around Wallace, feeds Cisse, blocked by Thornton, but there with the putback is Cicerik. Yellow Jackets go back up 3, 12:45 to play, second half. Thornton has 28, and he'll go to the line. Foul's going to go against Riker Cicerik. His first, team second.
There's a replay as Damian, that quick first step, help is a little late. Cicerik tried to go straight up, but body contact made, and that's why all the towels are coming out. It'll be Thornton at the free throw line. Clock stop with 12:36 to play, and you look at the field goal percentage. Black Hills State still nearly 60% shooting. They are at 58% from the game, 19 out of 33.
Thornton at the line, a perfect 4 of 4, now make it 5 of 5. Black Hills State still shooting above 50% at 58. The Buffs at 36%. But again, 14 Black Hills State turnovers, 18 Buffalo points off turnovers. Buffs have committed 1 turnover. Thornton missed. Scott gets the ball in the corner, and Addison fouls him in the backcourt. That'll be Wallace first, Buffs third as a team.
Again, Joel Scott, the competitor in him, he's shaking his head. They're going to take that ball from me. He's a winner, Kent. I mean, him, Sindhu Cisse, these guys, Ragsdale transfers over. He's a senior. This is a team. You want to beat them. You want to knock them out and prevent them from going back to the Elite Eight for 2 years in a row. It's going to take a Herculean effort.
They have got outstanding inside and outside play. Here's Fisher trying to feed Scott. The lay-in, yes, and one.
Damian tried to take a charge, and he may have been a little too far under the bucket.
When Scott got the basketball, nobody was around the rim.
Oh, Kent.
I may have misspoken.
That may have been a charge. That was close. It's going to stand as 2 points.
Yep.
And for Joel Scott, he's going to have
the bonus.
Now 19 points. Chance to make it 20. And he also has 10 rebounds, so there's another double-double for Mr. Double-Double.
Got it.
Buffs were looking for that offensive foul. Joel Scott tonight has avoided foul trouble. Just 1 foul in 24 minutes.
Scott now with 20 and 10, as Lucas said, his season high scoring output, 31 points against MSU Moorhead. Wise, yes, count it, send him to the line.
Well, Larry was listening to me. Gets in there and takes it strong to the rack. Draws some contact.
Riker Cicerik picks up his second.
Good left hand. The help tries to slide over. And it's a good finish for Larry Wise, who again playing with some pain.
Pulls the Buffs back within a basket.
Right now for WT, Kent, it is how do you find a way to stop Black Hills State? Specifically, how do you find a way to stop Joel Scott? And they may have to start double teaming hard.
So far, the only stops have been because of turnovers. Scott on the wing. Guarded by Holt with 3 fouls. Now Toussaint comes in. Holt knocks it away. Muhammad gets it, and he'll call timeout.
Smart play there by the Buffs.
Another turnover by Black Hills State.
It is, and so as Joel Scott starts to back down the defense, watch WT, the extra defender, come over. He's going to back down Holt. Holt's got 3 fouls.
Here comes Toussaint. Slaps. Now he's going to come in, apply some pressure. Holt, Muhammad, there's Julius Brown. Buffs basketball when we come back. 11:46 to play in the second. Yellow Jackets by a basket. You're watching the NCAA South Central Region Men's Basketball Championship on NCAA.com.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There's an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people and build relationships within a tight-knit community. Give back to the sport you love by creating a fair atmosphere and upholding the integrity of the game. Say yes to officiating. Visit ncaa.org/say yes to officiating for more information on how to get started.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. There's Tom Brown, head coach for the West Texas A&M Buffaloes. He knows about getting to the Elite 8. 3 Elite 8 trips for Tom Brown in his time here at WT, but the guy on the other side, Ryan Thompson, he was there last year.
And the Yellow Jackets trying to go back to Evansville again. Pump fake by Wallace. Picks up his dribble, he walked. That's just the second turnover by the Buffs. And that'll take us to our immediate timeout. 11:31 to play. It'll be the Yellow Jackets basketball when we return. Here we see Muhammad kicks it back to Larry. Shuffled the feet right there.
Before he went
Took
back.
the jump. 11:31 to play. You're watching the NCAA South Central Region Championship on NCAA.com.
These are the moments that live on, that we'll talk about for years to come. We come here to see history made, sharing in the wins and the upsets.
Together. Because whether we're players or fans, we're all on the same team.
And to us, this is more than just a game. It's an important moment in our lives, one that's worth protecting.
So if you see something, say something. Report suspicious activity to your local authorities.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. West Texas A&M huddled up right now, trailing Black Hills State just by 2 points, 52-50. And this is what we expected this to be. Back and forth, 2 really good teams. And the competition at the elite level as the 2 teams try to win a championship tonight and keep their dream going in Evansville, Indiana.
Buffs applying the pressure, and the Yellow Jackets have to call a timeout. Joel Scott could not find someone to inbound the ball to, and the Yellow Jackets are forced to burn a timeout. We'll take another timeout. 11:31 to play in the second. You're watching NCAA Championship Basketball on NCAA.com. That's what you're doing with Kant.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. It'll be the Yellow Jackets to inbound. 11:31 to play in the game. A 2-point lead for Black Hills State.
Yellow Jackets basketball, leading by 2. Here's Hackley. Kicks it outside. Shot put up, missed by Black Hills State. Rebound to Campbell. Buffs looking to tie. Brown drives in, kicks in the corner to Wise for the lead. Won't go down. Rebound, fought for, knocked out of bounds. Holt tipped it. Hackley had it and then dropped it and kicked it out of bounds.
It's a shot that the fans were hoping would go down for Larry Wise.
Correction, that was Kaylin Hearn that tried to get that rebound. Buffs will try it again. Holt, right side to Toussaint. Zach drives to the block, kicks it outside to Holt. Shot clock at 3. Wise driving on Cicerik, turns around, short.
It's great defense by Cicerik. I mean, he gets Larry to have to take a fading shot, and then he just uses that long arm to make it nearly impossible for Larry to even draw iron. He did not draw iron, so the ball goes back to Black Hills State. Great defensive trip for the Yellow Jackets.
Cicerik. Nice feed inside in the reverse by Hearn. Caught the Buffs flat-footed. Buffs down 4. Holt 3. Buffs down 1.
There's that big 3 that the Buffs needed. Now just down by 1.
Cicerik kicks it outside to Scott. Oh, that's going to be Ryland Holt's 4th foul.
Ryland went up in the air thinking Scott was going to put it on the floor. Scott stood there like a statue, and as a result, 4 fouls on Ryland Holt.
But they're saying it was on the floor as Scott pump faked.
Yeah, because I guess he was trying to put it on the floor.
My dad used to say, if you're going to foul, make it a good one.
Well, Scott was definitely not going to be able to get a shot off there. But the bad thing for West Texas A&M is Ryland Holt sits on the bench with 4 fouls.
And Larry Wise takes a breather as well. Campbell and Ahmed Muhammad back to the floor. Scott guarded by Wallace. Addison with just 1 foul. Here's Cicerik, long 3 on the wing. No, Muhammad with the rebound. Buffs have a chance to take the lead. Inside of 10 to play. Muhammad drives in, picks up his dribble, kicks it outside to Wallace for 3, no good. Muhammad with the offensive rebound to Brown. Thought about the 3 to Wallace on the near wing. Up top to Brown. Step back 3. Julius too strong. Ball still loose. Joel Scott comes up with the rebound.
3 3-pointers, and they all would not fall.
Yellow Jackets by 1, approaching the 9-minute mark. Scott guarded by Brown. Here comes Wallace with the help. The Buffs are going to force another turnover. Wallace comes up with it, calls timeout, or do we have a foul?
I think it's a foul.
They may have called a foul on Joel Scott. Nope, they're going to cut Cisse with it.
It's interesting, Kent. I think both sides, both Black Hills State and WT, are asking should there have been a jump ball called at some point, but ball stays loose.
Yeah, I thought right there.
Yeah, I thought
you got your jump. That's where they got Cisse with the takedown on Wallace. For Sindhu Cisse, that's his 3rd, 4th team foul against the Yellow Jackets. Buffs again trailing by 1, opportunity to take the lead. Thornton up top, drives in, goes in strong. They're going to call him with the charge. Damien has 1 of those a game. And if you watch the shoulder and the lead elbow, here's a replay right there. And much as you'd like to say no, it was.
It's a right call.
Yellow Jackets again leading by 1 with possession. 8:35 to go in the second. Here's Hayes to Hearn. And Hearn's going to get called for the charge. The second one that Zach Toussaint has drawn tonight. And for Kalen Hearn, that's his 3rd personal.
So Zach has only taken 2 shots, Kent, but defensively he's being tough. As you said, his second offensive charge taken, and the Buffs again can take the lead if they can get a basket. It's been hard to do against the Yellow Jackets tonight.
Black Hill State has kept the Buffs offense on the perimeter like that. Muhammad's shot no good, and Joel Scott with the perfect block out on Addison Wallace for that rebound.
Yeah, Addison could not get around him.
8 minutes to play. Black Hill State with a 1-point lead. Hayes to Ragsdale on the baseline. He's going up against Toussaint, and that's a mismatch. Puts the Yellow Jackets up by 3, 56-53, 7:44. Wallace, 3, yes! We're tied! Just when you think the Yellow Jackets may be on a run, the Buffs have the answer. Here's Hearn, guarded by Brown, kicks it outside to Scott, gets around Addison Wallace, who reaches in from behind and keeps Scott from going.
And Coach Thompson is screaming.
Yeah, he wants the intentional.
That was a flagrant or intentional foul.
Addison gets called for the foul, his second, the Buffs 6. That'll take us to a timeout with 7:23 to play. We're tied at 56. You're watching the NCAA Men's South Central Region Basketball Championship on NCAA.com.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Back at the First United Bank Center, 56-56. The competition, it's been solid throughout. The last play for the Buffaloes, Golden Shoes, Addison Wallace lines up a 3 and knocks it down. But on the other side, Black Hills State draws a foul against West Texas A&M. $2,576 on hand tonight at the First United Bank Center for the South Central Region Finals. They knew it would be a good game, and that's exactly what they're seeing as we're inside of 8 minutes to play, tied at 56. Joel Scott possessing 20 points at the line with the opportunity, and he missed the 1-and-1. Buffs basketball, Brown on the far wing. Yep, they got a hold there as Toussaint was coming off of a screen. Ragsdale trying to, it's like the cat and the mouse there. Tom and Jerry, I guess.
Well, you watch Zach Toussaint when he doesn't have the basketball, and it's like the old Atari Pong game.
Yeah.
He's the ball running around the floor. Here's Muhammad. Guarded by Hearn to Brown. Wallace driving in on Scott to Toussaint, knock it down. They're having a party tonight in Jonesburg, Illinois, watching the South Central Region Finals, and their native son just knocked one down to give the Buffaloes a 2-point lead.
6:35 to play.
Cisse. Brown, they're going to get Toussaint coming in, I believe.
Yeah, Zach had done that earlier in the game, had knocked the ball loose, but that time he grabbed arm and commits the foul.
Here's the replay. Cisse drives in. Zach reaches, got a little bit of the arm. That's going to be Zach's first The 8th team foul against the Buffaloes. Sindhu Cisse, just 68% on the year, shooting 1-1, and he knocks down the first. Can tie the game if he can knock this one down. 32 of 46 on the season. Missed it. Buffs maintain a 1-point lead. Brown with the rebound. Juju up top, open three, short. Wallace with the rebound. Kicks it out to Toussaint. Buffs get a fresh 20. Here's Wise. Wants to drive. Backs in on Hayes. Puts it up. Handed off the glass, and he'll go to the line.
Oh, and the ball was just punched out after the foul was called. And that's what I'm talking about, being patient. Kent, Larry, it doesn't open up at first, but watch, he's going to be patient, wait. The double team doesn't come, and he goes strong to the rim. And
crowd taking offense at that show of emotion.
And that's okay. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
P.J. Hayes, I think the official did come over and say, hey, don't do that again,
Had the ball gone into the crowd, different
sure.
thing, but it stayed within the confines of the court.
And P.J. Hayes, a tough competitor. I mean, he's battling in there.
Larry at the line. He's 2 of 3. Knocks down the first, puts the Buffs up by 2.
Hayes has been great this entire tournament. How about 11 lead changes in this game? 10 times they've been tied.
And remember, Black Hills State jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Wise makes them both. Buffs go up 3, 60-57 as we approach the 6-minute mark. Winner advances to the NCAA Division II Elite 8 in Evansville, Indiana. That kicks off next Tuesday, March 21st. The loser goes home and thinks about next season. Here's Cisse on the block. Turns around over Brown with a strong shot.
Big bucket there.
Buffs lead trimmed to 1. Wise on the elbow, spins, puts it up, won't go. Rebound comes down to Scott, outlet to Ragsdale. Yellow Jackets looking to take a lead. And we've got a reach foul. Buffs thought they had a turnover. Gene Melson says otherwise. This is going to go against Ahmed Muhammad, his first, team's 9th.
All right, here's the replay. Oh, wow. 5:35 to play. If the free throw's made, we'll have our 11th tie.
And Ragsdale knocks it down. Now he'll be looking to put Black Hills State ahead. And there it is, another lead change.
That's right.
Wow. This is what it's all about. March basketball. 5:27 to play. Yellow Jackets by 1 over the Buffs. Julius picks up his dribble, gets rid of it to Wise. Shot clock down to 11. Larry drives in on Hayes. Shot clock at 6. Wise spins, and we're going to get a foul on P.J. Hayes with a hold.
That was tough for Black Hills State. Shot clock was all the way down to 5 seconds, and really just a one-on-one battle. As Larry, we've seen Larry be very tough in this game especially.
We were tied 32-32 at the half. We are 61-60. Black Hills State with the lead. 5:09 to play. Larry Wise at the line, shooting 1-1. For Hayes, that was his second personal. Team foul number 8 against the Yellow Jackets. And Wise has tied the game and will now be looking to give the Buffaloes the lead. Can't do it. We're tied at 61.
Both these teams pretty good free throw shooting teams.
Black Hills State has hit 5 of their last 7 from the field. Now make it 5 of 8. Coming in, trying to get the offensive board. Jayton Hackley knocks the ball out of bounds.
Buffs were fortunate there because Hackley had gotten excellent position. It almost looked like he was going to catch it in midair and score that one.
Inside of 5 to play, tied at 61. The South Central Region Women's Championship last night down in San Angelo. Tucson 3 won't go. The Women's Regional Final, UT Tyler defeated Lubbock Christian in double overtime.
Now that was a great game for both those teams, LCU and UT Tyler representing the Lone Star Conference. And good luck to UT Tyler as they go to the Elite Eight. The building was expecting that Zach Toussaint 3 to go in. Most of them do.
You were starting to come off your seat, too.
Just a little bit.
Yellow Jackets get the ball inbounds to Ragsdale.
I have a feeling this ball is going to go inside to Joel Scott.
Ragsdale outside to Scott. Ryland Holt on the coverage. He's got 4 fouls.
Ooh, Ragsdale.
3 put up and missed by Ragsdale, but not by a lot. It rattled around. Under 4.5 to play.
ISO with Larry again.
Wise spins high off the glass. No, Holt flies in, gets the offensive rebound, and we're going to have a defensive foul against Black Hills State.
I think a late whistle as Larry drove Kent, and he put it off the backboard. Contact was made. It just took a little bit for that whistle to come in. And they did call the foul.
And it was on the shot.
Against
Cisse, that's his 4th.
Okay.
Wise makes the first. It's the Yellow Jackets' 9th as a team.
And there's our 13th lead change.
Larry now with 18 points. And the Buffs go up again, 63-61, 4:12 to play. Scott gets the ball inbound to Hackley. Buffs back off the pressure. Scott goes right at Holt. Misses the layup. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Black Hills basketball.
Strong take.
And that'll take us to a timeout. 4 minutes exactly to play. Buffs lead it 63-61. We're not done yet. You're watching the NCAA South Central Region Men's Basketball Championship on NCAA.com.
The NCAA sponsors 90 national championships each year, none of which could happen without officials. There is an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating on the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports. There are many great reasons to become an official. Stay in shape and get paid to do so. Meet new people and build relationships within a tight-knit community. Give back to the sport you love by creating a fair atmosphere and upholding the integrity of the game. Say yes to officiating. Visit ncaa.org/say yes to officiating for more information on how to get started.
All right, you want to win a regional championship, go to the Elite Eight, you're going to have to earn it. 4 minutes to play, 63-61. West Texas A&M leads over Black Hills State. And out of this timeout, it will be Yellow Jackets basketball. Sideline throw-in for Ragsdale. It has been P.J. Hayes and Joel Scott carrying Black Hills State tonight. On the other side, it's been Damian Thornton and Larry Wise, and that ball goes out of bounds.
Say off of Thornton's hands. Brian Snyder comes in to confirm, and they've overturned the call. Brian Snyder was on the near side and had a better view of it.
Well, every call so important, every free throw, every possession, and the ball deflected. Damian touches it first, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Joel Hayes. P.J. Hayes, excuse me.
3:47 to play, Buffs by 2. Wise on the wing, guarded by Hayes, up top to Holt. Scott comes out, they give it to Toussaint. He's going to drive, put it up, and there it is!
He made it over Joel Scott.
Put it over Scott.
Incredible.
Buffs by 4, 65-61. 3:21 to play in the second. Scott up top. Goes in on Holt. Holt reaches, and that'll be it for Ryland.
He had to reach in and commit that foul. And that's a tough one there for Ryland, but he did all he could. Joel Scott, determination here from the big man. As the WT fans show their appreciation for Ryland Holt.
Scott finishes the night with 6 points, 4 rebounds. Joel Scott with 20 points and 14 rebounds goes to the line, shooting twice. Makes the first.
Big free throw.
Can make it a 2-point game on the second.
You know, Scott very close to what he did last year against WT. 20 points, 14 rebounds. Last year, that's exactly the marks that he got, so now give him 1 more point. And give Black Hills State another point as well. 65-63 Buffs.
3:08 to play. Clock winding down. Winner goes to Evansville, Indiana, and the Elite Eight. Thornton picks up his dribble, finds Wallace, top of the key. Addison goes around Scott off the glass. Little too strong.
That was a great quick step by Addison, but then he just put too much mustard on the layup.
Hayes tries the other way, loses control, out of bounds. Yellow Jackets basketball.
Quick hands, stripping it, otherwise that's a layup.
Sindhu Cisse to inbound, 23 on the shot clock. Gets it into Scott. Guarded by Wallace. Backs him down on the block. Toussaint comes over to help. The fade, short. Great defense by the Buffaloes.
There you go, Addison Wallace.
Leading by 2, 2.5 to play. Thornton runs some time outside.
What a performance from Damian. 29 points tonight.
Buffs need to get some motion away from the basketball. Here's Thornton. Shot clock at 10. Damian kicks it in the corner to Wallace, who slips down. The ball stolen away by Scott.
Yep.
Tom Brown can't believe what he just saw.
Yep.
I was waiting for a timeout.
Yeah, they just couldn't.
Buffs have 1 left.
Could not afford that turnover, just the 5th of the game.
They had 1 at the half. Hearn guarded by Toussaint. Shot clock at 12. Gets a screen by Hayes. Pulls up, spins at the block. Nice move.
That was a great offensive play for Kalen Hearn, the 6'4 sophomore from Norman, Oklahoma. Ties us up.
We're tied at 65 as we approach 1.5 minutes to play in the regulation.
This has been a heavyweight battle right here.
Ball knocked into the backcourt. Wise picks it up as the shot clock approaches 10. Wise on the wing. Spins at the block, off the glass, too strong. Wallace tips it, but Larry's going to go to the line.
It's the same move that he did earlier, Kent, where he is starting his dribble, starts to come back to the middle, and spins opposite away from the help defense. Smart play by Larry Wise.
Matthew Ragsdale picks up his 3rd personal, team foul number 9 against the Yellow Jackets. Wise at the line, shooting twice, makes the first. Larry now has 18. Season high 28 at Eastern New Mexico. That was also his career high. Can put the Buffs up by 2, and he does. Buffs with token pressure in the backcourt as the First United Bank Center crowd rises, appreciating what they've seen from both of these basketball teams. Ragsdale up top. Throws it down low to Scott. Thornton tries to corral him, but not a chance.
No, he caught that ball and just had to put his hand up, put it right in the bucket.
We're tied at 67. 51 seconds to play. Thornton on the far wing. Guarded by Hearn. Thornton goes baselines, too far under the basket. Gets a shot up, no good. keeps the ball alive, but Black Hills State comes up with it. 29 on the shot clock, 29 and a half on the game clock.
A lot of contact, good defense underneath by Black Hills State. Physical inside the paint.
Black Hills State, will they play for the final shot? Tied at 67. Cisse guarded by Brown. 10 on the shot clock and the game clock. Ryan Thompson calls timeout. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 8.8 on the game clock. We are tied at 67.
Wow.
Lucas Kinsey.
Yeah, no surprise here, Kent. West Texas A&M and Black Hills State. Just 8.8 remaining in this one, and as these two teams are huddled up, if you're Black Hills State, everybody in this building knows where the ball is going to go. You're going to go to Joel Scott. The question is, how does WT defend it? If there's a double team that comes, who's going to be that player for Black Hills State to step up and take what would be the biggest shot of the season?
If you foul Joel Scott, he is 7 of 9 this evening.
And it's going to be 2 free throws because both sides are in that double bonus situation.
But there's not going to be much time left.
In Kent, the last possession for WT, obviously Buffs were wanting a foul, underneath the bucket, but it was another possession where there just wasn't much movement. It was one player that had the ball start the drive, and the defense didn't have to work very hard.
The officials over looking at the video monitor. I am guessing this is to confirm the time on the clock. If you want to draw similarities, Lucas, the Buffs trailed by 2 in the LSC Tournament Championship game at this juncture.
Yeah. Well, we've said it a few times here, but 13 lead changes. We've been tied 14 times in what has been a classic here. And it's interesting because you look at the field goal percentage, it's been heavily in favor of Black Hills State the entire game. 56% for the Yellow Jackets, just 35% shooting for the Buffaloes as they've made 9 threes to Black Hills State's 5.
It's all come down, as we said, over and over. Turnovers, 18 for the Yellow Jackets, 20 points off turnovers for West Texas A&M.
The one player that you cannot let get an open look from the perimeter is P.J. Hayes. He's knocked down 4 of 6 threes tonight for Black Hills State.
The man who has been quiet to this point, Matthew Ragsdale. We have seen him knock down the 3 at both the quarter and the semifinals. He tonight is 0 of 2 and has just 2 points to his credit.
Oh boy.
Officials are still conferring at the table. They're going to put 10.4 on the board.
Okay.
Shot clock remains at 8. Black Hills State basketball, Joel Scott to inbound directly in front of the Yellow Jackets bench. Buckle up if you're sitting down. Here we go. Scott gets it in up top to Cisse. Right side Ragsdale underneath to Scott on the baseline. Blocked from behind, and there's the foul. With 3.9 on the clock, they're going to get Addison Wallace with the defensive foul.
As a smart play, Joel Scott inbounded. They immediately set a back screen for him to get him open on the block.
Scott at the line, shooting twice. We are tied. Misses the first. Now, 3.9 is still time to get the ball down floor.
With one timeout if you're West Texas A&M. Keep that in mind. Now, if you're WT, you better have strong blockouts, including the shooter, Joel Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to the crowd.
They'll tell you what happens. Scott makes the second. The Yellow Jackets go up 68-67. 3.9 seconds to play. Addison Wallace goes up court to inbound.
Tom Brown screaming, "I'll call it, I'll call it." So he would like to get the ball a little bit closer.
You watch Addison, he's giving the shrug look like, I'm not sure what we're doing here.
Okay, and WT did go ahead and take the final timeout. I was wondering if Black Hills State was going to take it or if it was going to be West Texas A&M. It's just a 30-second. We keep it right here. Kent, this is March Madness.
Wow.
68-67. Joel Scott just got his 25th point, maybe the biggest free throw of his career, as his team is 3.9 seconds away from making a back-to-back appearance at the Elite Eight. Now, this is going to be interesting for WT. A lot of different players that you can get the ball in their hands. Julius Brown, Damian Thornton, pretty quick off the dribble. Where is Zach Toussaint going to be? And all of that has to take place in less than 4 seconds.
Are you thinking 3, or are you thinking get the ball inbounds to Damian Thornton and just drive the basket and hope for a foul?
I think that if you can get it to Thornton or Julius on the run, that helps. Sindhu Cisse most likely going to be defending whoever catches the ball. Actually, Cisse looks like he's going to be guarding Zach Toussaint. Not much time.
Addison Wallace to inbound. Gets it into Damian. Here we go. Thornton crosses midcourt at the block on the baseline.
He made it!
He nails it. They count the bucket. They'll go and review the time, but I believe it was good.
Ryan Thompson is celebrating as if the shot is no good.
Gene Melson on the baseline signaled it good, but the officials will go and take a look. It was close.
Here's a good look at
Jacob. Let's take a look at this. Watch the lights. Ooh, that's a close one, Lucas.
If the shot is...
It's got to leave his hand.
Yeah. Let's run it back.
Jacob, let's do it again.
Oh, my goodness.
That is a close one. Watch the ball and watch the lights. I don't think so, Lucas.
It's very close. I think that they're going to say it was not out of his hands, and Black Hills State.
Black Hills saw the monitor.
Celebrating like they are going to win.
And what a heartbreaker if this is overturned.
You know, less than 4 seconds to get it down as far as he did. I think the one thing, he had to take the step back to create space. Damian Thornton sitting down there. And with that step back, Kent, he lost just that little bit of time that he may have needed to get out of his hands.
He needed the step back to create space. Had he not got the step back, he may be at the free throw line right now. Here we go again. There's the light. There's the ball.
Everybody looking, waiting, and a huge, huge call here to be determined for two teams who have just fought their tails off tonight here at the South Central Regional Championship game. Let's see if we have one more look at that. We'll look at a replay one more time, Jacob. All right, here we go, Kent. Kind of zoomed in a little bit. 5, 2, 1. It's so close.
They're still looking at it.
It is so close. And just in your head, if you're Damian Thornton, you're almost counting that clock down. So many times players do that in their driveway, taking the last shot. I think it's just late on that last look. That was a good replay there, Jacob. Our Thunder Vision production team, and you're going to have some Buff fans, I think, that are going to be disappointed here. But we call it like we see it, Kent.
But you can see how close it is.
It is.
That Ryan Snyder,
it's that
Shane
close.
Thurston are still looking at this.
How about this?
Food fight. Oh, man, it comes down to this. As one team advances to the Elite Eight, the other team sees its season come to an end and a what if.
Well, and it's interesting because the points have already been put up on the scoreboard as 69-68.
Here we go. Oh, they're going to bring in Gene Melson for
He
made the original call. He called the basket good, but he was watching the bucket.
What an incredible play. If the bucket stands, Damian Thornton has 31 points, and he has just taken the Buffaloes to the Elite Eight. If they call it off, Black Hills State will win 68-67.
If this is playground, play goes over, but this is not the playground. There's more at stake here.
There's no redos, and again, the initial call was that it was good.
They waved it off.
And Black Hills State wins by the score of 68-67. What an incredible game.
And we agree that was the correct call from the replay that we showed.
From what we could see, yes, Kent, as hard as it is to say that as WT broadcasters, again, you got to make the right call on the biggest stage, and that is what happened right there. 68-67. Congratulations to Black Hills State as they survive, and I mean survive, by 1 point, 68-67.
Lucas, I'm going to leave post-game with you. I got to go down and take care of on the floor stuff. It has been an incredible season.
It has been
a lot of fun. It's been everything we thought it would be and more. And what an incredible region championship game to call, and it was a pleasure.
Thanks, Kent. Great job as always. Black Hills State, some of their fans cheering. The celebration begins. They will cut the nets down here at the First United Bank Center, and they deserve it. A great, great team. There's Ryan Thompson. Congratulations to Coach Thompson as the Yellow Jackets win this one by 1 point. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and have our post game for you here from Canyon, Texas.
Explore the possibilities with more than 125 degrees to choose from and learn from top-ranked academic programs. Black Hills State University is one of the 5% business schools worldwide that is accredited by the AACSB. BH is home to a leading photography program that is in the top 5% nationwide. Experience culture with a study abroad program or meet one of the many international students representing 29 different countries. Black Hills State is affordable and provides the skills and knowledge for students to find a successful career. Be part of Yellow Jacket Nation today and apply.
There's a look at the Black Hills State Yellow Jackets. They are going back to the Elite Eight in Evansville, Indiana, and they'll have post-game celebration. Yellow Jackets keep the dance and keep the dream alive. Our public address announcer, Wade Gross, announcing some of the tournament awards. We'll have the all-tournament team.
First, from Fort Lewis College, Aquel.
So from Fort Lewis College, Aquel Cott, congratulations. Big, big opening round game for him.
Julius Brown.
Julius Brown announced as an all-tournament selection from West Texas A&M.
West Texas A&M, Damian Thornton.
Congratulations to Damian Thornton, 29 points tonight, nearly 31 and nearly a game winner. Black Hills State, congratulations to P.J. Hayes, 14 points tonight for P.J.
Black Hills State, Joel Scott.
And much deserved, your MVP of the South Central Regional Tournament is Joel Scott, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist for Joel Scott. Played 36 minutes for the Yellow Jackets. He was tremendous throughout this entire tournament.
South Central Regional Champions with the record of 28-5, the Black Hills State Yellow Jackets.
They hoist the trophy. And for Black Hills State, again, they are hoping they can hoist another one next week in Evansville, Indiana. A team that made the Final Four a season ago. And they join the other schools that will be making that journey and trying to win a national championship. Congratulations, head coach Ryan Thompson and all of the Black Hills State Yellow Jackets. We'll take another quick timeout here, come back and have some post-game statistics for you here from the First United Bank Center.
of the NCAA at West Texas A&M University, we thank you for your attendance at the 2023 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Regional Championship. Congratulations once again to the Black Hills State Yellow Jackets. Best of luck next week at the Elite Eight. And from all of us at West Texas A&M University, it has been a great 3 days here at the South Central Regional. Please drive safely on the way home, and we will see you again next year. Good night, everybody.
Lucas Kinsey with you here on the broadcast. What a game it was as Black Hills State moves on to the Elite Eight, winning 68-67. We'll give you some of the statistics from the game. For Black Hills State, they finished the game shooting an amazing 56% from the field. They made 5 of 11 from the three-point line, 13 of 17 at the free throw line, none bigger than that last free throw that Joel Scott made to give his team the 1-point lead and eventually the win. Individually for Black Hills State, 25 points, 14 rebounds, a steal for Joel Scott, 14 points from P.J. Hayes. P.J. hit 4 of 6 three-pointers. Sindhu Cisse, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a shot block. Kalen Hearn, 6 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Also had 2 assists. 6 points for Matthew Ragsdale, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. 4 points for Jayton Hackley on 2 of 4 shooting. He also had 2 assists as well. And 6 points for Riker Cicerik off the bench for the Yellow Jackets. Black Hills State finished the game with 18 turnovers. They had 35 rebounds, out-rebounding the West Texas A&M Buffaloes 35-27. Points in the paint, huge advantage, 38-18 in favor of Black Hills State. For the Buffaloes of West Texas A&M, going down in defeat just by 1 point. They were led by Damian Thornton, all tournament selection, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals for Damian. 19 points scored by Larry Wise on 4 of 11 shooting. Larry had a rebound and assist as well. 4 points for Julius Brown. He was held to 2 of 15 shooting. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Juju, playing in his last game as a Buffalo. He will be missed dearly. 4 points from Zach Toussaint on 2 of 5 shooting, 1 rebound for Zach. 3 points for Addison Wallace, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. 6 points from Rylan Holt to go with his 4 rebounds and 1 steal. Rylan fouled out, only played 14 minutes, 54 seconds. And Ahmed Muhammad scores 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting. The Buffaloes only committed 5 turnovers. They had 9 assists, 5 steals, and had 20 points off of Black Hills State turnovers. It has been a phenomenal tournament. Again, good luck to Black Hills State in Evansville, Indiana. Head coach Ryan Thompson, you got a great squad. Go do a great job in the Elite Eight. And congratulations on winning the South Central Regional Championship. The Buffaloes of West Texas A&M, the season ends for Tom Brown's team 1 game short of reaching the Elite Eight again as WT finishes the season 27 wins, 7 losses. And this victory by Black Hills State actually snapped what was a 15-0 perfect at-home season for WT. We thank all of you for watching throughout the weekend and into tonight's championship game on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network and on NCAA.com. I'm going to sign off. We'll keep the cameras on here showing Black Hills State celebrating their championship. I'm going to make my way back to the press conference room. But again, thank you to all of our viewers. It's been a fun tournament. Thanks so much to our Thunder Vision production team for their outstanding work, their hard work, showcasing the 3 rounds here from the First United Bank Center. For my broadcast partner, Kent Johnson, I'm Lucas Kinsey saying thanks so much for watching. Black Hills State wins, keeps dancing, and moves on 68-67, defeating West Texas A&M.